was also a real charmer in his first meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, particularly in this moment of international diplomacy. Take a look.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Colin.
He also made a joke about both he and Merkel was spied on by Obama, which was met with, I think, my favorite look of the year.
Yeah.
Look.
You know, she's thinking in her head, this guy's got nuclear codes, and he's thinking, you know, she's not even a 3.
Well, you know, when my husband my husband studied chemistry in college, and he reminded me that she has a PhD in quantum chemistry.
Yeah.
She got it in 1996.
Well,
so I'm sure she's looking
what about
at
Trump
it like,
University? You're a snob.
I mean, I'm sure was looking at him like, what am I doing here? But I've got to say, Sean Spicer and Trump said that Trump could not hear the request for the handshake.
That may be correct, but yeah, given this piece of information, the handshakes with world leaders in the Oval Office when they're taking your picture, which happens every time there's a world leader. He shook hands with Japanese Prime Minister Abe, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, British Prime Minister Theresa May, Barack Obama when he was still president.
Maybe he didn't hear her. Maybe.
But he
didn't hear her.
There's a precedent. You are seen there taking pictures. You know that they expect you to do the thing.
But he did shake her hand earlier, right?
Yes, but I'm talking about specifically for in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
When they're taking your picture.
Yeah.
Right. They always do a.
But if you look at the picture, if you look at the picture, he's felling, as they say, from the audience. They're like looking at him, and if you see him, he's enjoying, like you say, he loves that attention. Wow. And then she's asking an annoying question, and he's like, "Look at me, I'm here in front of all this."
When you have a guest in your office, that there'd be a little body language opening to her, so it wouldn't have been so hard for him, because you did see that with President Obama, but that's a small detail. The other thing is, I think a lot of the diplomacy we feared with him was about people that were not our friends. He also just continues to tick off every ally we have, from Australia to Germany, Great Britain, and it's like, we don't have friends to lose right now. We're not that cool.
You know what I love? I know. We're not.
Yeah.
You know what I have loved? Do you remember Pete Sousa, who was Obama's photographer? Yeah. He consistently trolls President Trump. Take a look at this picture. Every time there's something that's awkward, he posts a picture of like Merkel with Obama and how they had a great relationship. And it's really interesting to follow his account.
Juxtaposition of the two.
Yeah. To me, though, is that they differ behind the scenes. Like, you know, you have Merkel criticizing Trump's travel ban, and you have Trump criticizing Germany's refugee policy, and that's fine. But he's letting those differences leave that room where they have those private meetings and display that to the world.
I know.
And you can't do that. I mean, this just doesn't look good. No matter what your differences are behind the scenes, have those meetings, do what you need to do, but you don't tweet about it, and you don't display a lack of diplomacy. It's scary, though.
If you're going to talk about different countries, you know, this is what you don't do, because you know who, this is a tweet that he did after the meeting with Angela. He said, despite what you've heard from the fake news, I had a great meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Nevertheless, Germany owes vast sums of money to NATO. And the United States must be paid more for the powerful and very expensive defense it provides to Germany.
Right.
But then,
that's what I'm saying.
But the German defense minister responded in a statement. There is no debt account to NATO.
No.
Defense spending also goes into UN peacekeeping missions, into our European missions, and into our contributions to fight against ISIS's terrorism. So what you need to know, dude in that office, is you don't want to be demanding money. We owe money to people.
Yeah.
We owe a lot of money to people. Like China. Like China. You know? And if China does what you just did,
we're in trouble. We're broke.
I know. Do you think he just doesn't know?
We're in danger, girl.
I didn't know.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
I forgot.
Joy doesn't care. No, she.
No, I'm thinking of the bell because last Friday they were all upset that the bell was not here. Very upset. So it's bad.
Give us our bell.
Well, they probably didn't give it to you for a very good reason. but